Hello and welcome to this video. We are well into the second week of February 2023, and today I'm here to present to you the end of January 2023 report for the DV 2023 program. The report presents the situation of the DV 2023 program up until last weekend. To consider the report, let us now go over to the website that I introduced you to some time ago and make use of the data presented there. So we are back on the website of Zaticius, the gentleman who extracts SEARC data from the official SEARC website and makes them available on his own website, which is this website. Our interest is in the DV 2023 SEARC data, so we click on that link and then we are led to the page of the DV 2023 SEARC data. Now, most of you are familiar with this table, but I'm going to include the link to this page in the description of this video. So click on that link and you will be led to this page. Now, I encourage you to visit this page regularly because what Zaticius does is that he updates the statistics on this website every weekend. What we have before us is data up to Friday, the 3rd of February, 2023. So today being another Friday, by tomorrow we will have fresh data included to this website by Zaticius. And that new data will take into consideration the activities in the DV 2023 program for the week just gone by. Now, as usual in this table, we have the various status of diversity visa cases in the DV 2023 program. In this column, we have visa issuances, that's followed by administrative processing, then 221G, we have refused in the next column, and so on. And those different status are presented for each region, beginning with the Africa region, followed by the Asia region, and so on down to the South America region. And then in the final row, we have the totals. Now, a reminder that the numbers that we have in parentheses are the number of cases concerned, and those outside of parentheses are the number of applicants that are in those cases. So if we take this cell, for example, 129 in parentheses means that there are 129 cases that have been issued visas from the South America region. And those 129 cases amount to 255 applicants. So in essence, it's actually 255 visas that have been issued out in the South America region. Back to the final row, we see that there are about 9,000 visas that have been issued out across all regions up to the 3rd of February 2023 in the DV 2023 program. And then you have the total number of cases on administrative processing, followed by the total number of 221G cases, and then 267 cases have been refused, which amounts to a total of 628 applicants. And that is followed by the number of cases that are ready for interview, the number of cases in transit from KCC to various embassies and consulates. And then in this final cell, we have the grand totals. So the total number of visas that have been issued out across all regions is around 9,000. And so we still have around 46,000 visas to go. So as I said, you are encouraged to access this page regularly and see the progress that is being made when it comes to visa issuances in the DV 2023 program. So these are the statistics from the DV 2023 program at the end of January 2023. Now, as I usually do, let me make a couple of points concerning the DV 2023 program before we end. The first point has to do with the expected increase in the number of interviews in the coming months. We saw from the numbers earlier that around 9,000 visas have been issued so far in the DV 2023 program. Now that's a low number of visas when you consider how far we have gone into the program. If things should continue at that rate, then it means that around 27,000 visas will be issued by the end of the program year. But in order for all of the 55,000 visas, or a number close to the 55,000 visas, to be issued by the end of the program year, it means that embassies are actually going to increase their performance in the coming months, especially beginning with the month of March, because we have already seen that from the number of interview notifications being sent out for interviews to be conducted in the month of March. So we can expect a high increase in the number of interviews beginning from the month of March up to the month of September, which will be the final month of the DV 2023 program. And that takes us to the second point. An increase in the number of interviews means that activities at various embassies will also explode. There are embassies that did not perform well during the first quarter or up to the end of January, but beginning March, some embassies that found themselves in such a situation are actually going to increase their output, they are going to increase their performance and begin to issue many visas. The performance of embassies from the first quarter or perhaps up to the end of January is not expected to continue into the month of March and beyond. Because in order for the 55,000 visas limit to be achieved, it means that embassies have to increase their capacity, they have to increase their performance, and as of the month of March, that is what we expect to see, as I said, especially with the number of 2NLs that are being sent out. The third thing has to do with some of you who have contacted me concerning your fears that you may not be interviewed because there seems to be a backlog building up at your embassy. Now, the issue of a backlog building up should not be a source of fear for all applicants. When we talk of a backlog, it means that, firstly, the embassy concerned has many applicants assigned to it. And in addition to that, the embassy is not performing well, is not interviewing cases as it should. But remember that I said earlier that beginning from the month of March, there's going to be a high increase in interviews and embassy activities. And so some of what appears to be a backlog at the moment will not remain a backlog in the coming few months, because embassies are going to increase their activities in the coming months. So that's the first reason why that should not be a source of alarm for every applicant. Some of you who are fearful at the moment will find out that at your embassy in the coming few months, there will not be a backlog because of the increase in embassy activity that is expected beginning from the month of March. And the second thing is that if a backlog should remain at your embassy up to late into the program year, it means that those who are at the back of the embassy queue are going to be the ones affected, and not just all applicants that are assigned at that embassy. Let me give you an example. There may be some embassies that are currently interviewing around 10,000 case number in the Africa region. And in a number of months, there may be up to 30,000. So it means that between now and then, case numbers that are in this range, 10,000 to 30,000, will be interviewed. And so why be alarmed if you have a case number of 20,000 or 25,000, whereas in the coming few months, interview scheduling is going to get to your case number at your embassy? Those who should be alarmed, or those who should be concerned, are those who the three factors do not play in their favor. The three factors being the number of applicants being very high assigned at their embassies, the embassy not interviewing those many applicants as they should, and thirdly, you are at the back of the embassy queue. When those three factors play against you, that is when you can be alarmed or you can be concerned that you may not be interviewed because of the backlog that is at your embassy. So not everyone should be alarmed because there seems to be a backlog building up at their embassy. Remember, I said some of what seems to be a backlog currently will not remain a backlog in the coming months because of the expected increase in interviews and the activities at various embassies. And secondly, just in case there is a backlog that remains at your embassy far into the fiscal year, those who will be affected are those who are at the back of the embassy queue and not those who have a relatively low position evidenced by their low case number. So that is what I have to say concerning this backlog for those of you who contacted me fearing that you may not be interviewed because there is a backlog building up at your embassy. And finally, to those of you who have been delaying the submission of your DS-260 for one reason or the other, it is about time that you submit your DS-260 to have it processed in time to get your case scheduled for an interview as we go into the second half of interview scheduling and very soon the second half of the fiscal year. Do not wait beyond the month of March to submit your DS-260 because depending on the activity at your embassy, your interview could be affected by such a late submission of your DS-260. So those are the comments I had to make in addition to the data that we saw earlier from the end of the month of January 2023 concerning the DV 2023 program. And that brings us to the end of today's discussion. Thanks for watching this video. As the situation in the DV 2023 program evolves, we will always come back to keep you updated in order to have you on the safe side. But for today, that is all. Thanks once again for watching and see you, God willing, in the next video. Until then, goodbye.